The Curse of Davros is a really fun Dalek adventure, featuring audio-exclusive companion Flip Jackson, her sort of boyfriend Jared, and an uncharacteristically callous Sixth Doctor. The first part of the Curse of Davros plays out like a standard Dalek runaround, in which Flip and Jared encounter the Doctor, who is being pursued by the Daleks after a rogue time ship crashed in the 21st century. But something is not quite right, and a growing sense of unease that builds throughout the first act of this story eventually culminates with the reveal that there is much more going on in this adventure than meets the eye. After travelling through time to 1815, what began as a Dalek cat and mouse chase through the streets of London ends up as a full-blown Dalek historical set during the Battle of Waterloo. Dalek historicals are rare, so this audio is notable already, but what makes the Curse of Davros such a great story is just how fun it is. Any story featuring the Sixth Doctor and Davros is bound to be a fun ride, but this audio has the added bonus of some fun twists and turns along the way, coupled with some truly excellent voice acting from Colin Baker and Terry Malloy. This story gives both actors a chance to show how versatile they are, and they play off each other wonderfully with some fantastic Dr. Davros scenes that Dalek fans will enjoy. This story is packed with fun references to other Dalek stories. In fact, there are several direct quotes from other Dalek TV stories and audios that are used with a clever spin on them, as recognisable quotes are used in different contexts or twisted by different characters, in a way that makes this audio particularly enjoyable for Dalek fans. There is one scene in particular that illustrates how this audio prioritises the Daleks as a narrative element, and that is a brief moment near the start of part 2 in which a character describes what it felt like to briefly become a Dalek. The visceral description of the constant fear, hatred and agony that a Dalek suffers is as twisted as it is fascinating, and it helps illustrate why Daleks are personified by constant anger and bitterness. As the cover implies, the Curse of Davros also features a rare appearance of the Imperial Daleks in an audio story. While they lack their distinctive voice, the Imperial Daleks in this story are at an early point in their development, and the audio actually provides some explanation for why the Imperial faction is so distinct from other Daleks, implying that this may be an early incarnation of the Imperial Dalek faction that has not yet developed many of the cybernetic modifications that stand them apart from other Daleks. The plot of this audio involves the Daleks siding with the French during the Battle of Waterloo in order to derail the established history of Earth and facilitate a Dalek invasion with humanoid soldiers imbued with Dalek brains. This might sound silly and goofy because it is. This audio captures the light-hearted fun of early Dalek time travel stories. Tonally, it could be described as a fusion between the chase and the evil of the Daleks, but the Curse of Davros has a personality all its own thanks to its unique story, well-paced narrative, and memorable performances from the cast. Unlike other Big Finish audios featuring the Sixth Doctor and Davros, the Curse of Davros isn't really interested in bridging narrative gaps from Classic Who or tidying up old lore. Instead, it has a completely new story to tell with the Sixth Doctor and the Imperial Daleks, one that uses the 4-part format of Classic Who stories to great effect, with good pacing throughout the adventure. The voice acting, sound design and characterisation of the supporting cast are all excellent, and this audio is a treat for fans of this particular period of history. However, it is clear from the dialogue and the story setup of this audio that the writer is particularly enamoured with Napoleon Bonaparte, with every character, including the Doctor and Davros, touting his military genius. The story is generally very lenient on Napoleon, who despite being depicted as siding with the Daleks is still looked on very favourably by the narrative, in a somewhat Rimmer-esque fashion. That aside, the Curse of Davros is a very fun Dalek story, which rather like We Are the Daleks and Order of the Daleks appears to be overlooked by most fans. I'd highly recommend this one if you're looking for a fun Dalek adventure, and like We Are the Daleks and Order of the Daleks, the Curse of Davros doesn't require any prior listening in order to understand the story. Have you listened to the Curse of Davros? If so, what did you think of this story? Let me know how you rate this audio in the comments below.